As we go into deep meditation today, I invite you to take into your heart whatever these words mean to you. In the very center of our being, there exists only affection and love for ourselves. Sometimes our human personalities choose judgment and find something wrong with us or something not to love. But in our divine connection, there is only and always affection and love. Align with that. Walk with it. Breathe it in deeply. Embrace it, and you will have a portable paradise of love for the real you and for your passion. God is all there is, and God is, and I am. I am that one creative energy that exists everywhere, at every moment. From the minute insect to the mountain range, the divine exists there and within the center of me. I am one with the hum of the bumblebee. I shine as brightly as a rose in the sunlight. My breath keeps pace with the gentle breeze. This same connection is true of everyone here, physically here on the Zoom, watching later. We are all one. We are all connected. I look forward to the words of inspiration from Reverend Suzette. How good it is to hear the music that uplifts and the songs that sing the truth. Right now, in this wonderful space, I breathe in gratitude and I exhale love. I welcome all aspects of life, including the bubbling of the coffee machine, and can only say, and so it is. So right now, welcome again the wonderful Joe and his magical mystery tour.
how funny you should say that. Because that's kind of what this song is about. And glad to be here, Om, with you and Reverend Suzette. This is a song called A Million Years, and it's about a journey, a magical mystery tour, as it were. Trip could last a million years. I'm on a trip could last a million years. I'm taking only faith along. I'm gonna leave behind. Only thoughts that speak the highest truth. Thinking only thoughts that speak the highest truth. The wisdom of the ages, the innocence of youth. Thinking only thoughts that speak the highest truth. Walking on the roads that lead me back to love. Walking on the roads that lead me back to love. Mighty like an eagle, gentle as a dove. Walking on the roads that lead me back to love. Seeking ways keep an open mind. I'm seeking all the ways to keep an open mind. I'm shaking off these blinders for to see the good I find. Seeking all the ways to keep an open mind. Trying to remember who I am. Yes, I'm trying to remember who I am. My soul knew on the very day my life on earth began. Now I'm trying to remember who I am. So many lessons to learn. It could take many lifetimes to learn them. I better wake up and start today. Each day is a favor that's done me. I know I can never return them, but I'll make the most of them, I pray. Hey, 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 hey. I want to be a better me before I die. I want to be a better me before I die. So when I leave this world behind, don't any of you cry. A better me will be flying free the day I die. But I'm on a trip could last a million years. I'm on a trip could last a million years. Taking only faith along. I'm gonna leave behind my fears. I'm on a trip could last a million. Yes, it could last a million. But what is a million years? A million years. What is a million years? A million years. Thank you.
There at all.
No what?
No fuzziness there at all.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Not at all. Oh, so good to see you guys. I feel like I haven't been here for a while. I haven't, have I? Well, you know, when you have really, really good people that work with you, like Natasha and Jerry and Sherry and my practitioners, it's nice. I don't have to worry about it because I know you're going to get the message wherever you are from them. As I said to somebody earlier, I am not your source. I'm a little bit of your source, but not all of it. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about having a passion, but being out loud with it. How many people have trouble thinking they have to be out loud with it? Nobody? Oh, good. Oh, no, you do. Good. I'm not alone. Just a little bit. Okay, let's bring it up. Today I want to talk about having you be confident in doing it. And it's sometimes a process. It's like learning to play the violin. You know, it's first it's squeak, squeak, squeak. Pretty soon it's like, oh, I got that bow going in the right direction. I got the notes coming. My fingers don't hurt anymore. It takes time. It takes time. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
I can't hear me, so that's probably a good thing, right? Neil Donald Walsh says this: you will see that it is who you have been, not what you have done, that matters to your soul. And you will see that it is your soul that is who you are. So as I talk about this, I want you to think about, what is your soul saying to you? Who are you? Who are you really today? I don't know if you've heard about this person, but her name is, and I have to pronounce it, is Stephanie Giammatta. She was born in 1986. She was bullied through school, called the germ, labeled as weird, and an outsider, and she struggled to make it through school. What kept her going was her love of music, both singing and playing the piano. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? She sang open mics at night while she was in high school, and she was rejected by a lot of auditions that she took. Later, she was sexually abused and suffered from PTSD. All of this was a setback, but because she believed in her passion, she carried forward. Do you know who this is? Don't say. Lady Gaga. Did that blow you away? I didn't know that about her. And I have great admiration from her. I've seen her in Vegas, and she's just amazing. She's amazing. What's cool about her is that she does a lot of philanthropic causes for the LGBTQ community and for what we call marginalized groups. She's an advocate for mental health. Come on in. Hi. Good to see you. Women's causes, civil rights, and she, in my opinion, is an incredible example of someone who has gone through life and said, I'm going to move on my passion and I'm going to have it and I'm going to do it. And I was going to have another picture up there of her, but I thought, well, I don't really remember her that way anymore. This is who she is today in Vegas, and she's quite the entertainer, really. How many people have seen her? Oh, a lot of you. Oh, that's great. Anyway, she is amazing. The thing that I want you to get today is that each one of you are a child of God. You have been given something. I don't know what that seed is, but you have been given something which contributes to the expansion of where you live, the people you are around, the things that you're really good at doing, and the world. We need you right now. It's no more standing back and going, I don't know if I want to do that. It's about saying, this is who I am, I'm my authentic self. I mean, if you come here, I hope you're really your authentic self. and that you know that you have a purpose in this life to do something. They said in the talk, this is time to seize the moment. Here's the thing I want you, I had to write these out because I thought, you know what? I want you to see it, I want you to hear it, I want you to understand really who you are now. Today, we're co-creators. And we are not blindly stepping into this journey. We're actually doing it. There's nothing blind about God. We have chosen to step into this time and space. How we did that, I have no idea. I don't really care. All I know is we're here to create form in some kind of potential, something out there. I mean, I know a lot of you here and what you do, and I'm just awed by it. I'm like, wow, look at this. Isn't that amazing? That was created by Brenda and her husband. Wow. Thank you. That was a long time ago, too. Very long time ago. But it has been here as a symbol of who we are. And I am always so proud to talk about it because these little nails that you see were hand painted with gold and silver fleck. Gold, did I say it right?
It's gold, but it's not, it's leaf.
Leaf gold, that's what it is, yeah. But every time I look at that, I think about every one of these little nails, small, large, those are the things we go through. They're a great example of how life is. And not that it has to be hard, but it takes us to the center where divine is, and it can be created. We can do something more with it. What did I put there? Quantum physics supports this concept of focus equals manifestation. What that really means is, as you think a thought, quantum physics says that can happen. And a lot of times we don't think about that. Now, how many people have seen, what was the movie where the elephant was in the room and, I can't remember the name of the movie. Anyway, it's not going to immediately create, but it will create if you continue to move in the direction you want to move into. And then the last thing is everything is energy. Everything that we do is energy, whether it's our body, whether it's out there, whether it's our voice, whether it's our thoughts, it's all energy. And if we visualize it enough, there will be a shift. How many people have had a shift in this last year because you actually thought about it and it happened? Right. Yeah, and so you know what I'm talking about. The thing that I want you to really get is what's on the bottom. When we are guided by our passion, we have an inner compass that knows what to do and when to do it, which is really our true self saying yes. How many people are afraid of that real self? Anybody? Good. Be honest. I am at times. Well, I'm not sure if I should say what elephant it is in the room. You know what I'm talking about, right? Reverend Suzette always says what the elephant in the room is. And then I always feel bad about it. And then I go back and go, well, maybe you needed to say that. As Reverend Sharon would say to me, whatever you needed to say needed to be said. So remember that. The thing I want you to know is sometimes it does take years. And it does feel kind of scary sometimes. But today what I want you to do is I want to give you some vocabulary. Now, it's funny, when I pulled this up, I added this to the talk. I can remember going through this as a baby salesperson. You know what I mean? I have two passions. The baby sales. I have two passions. I've been calling on college bookstores for I just calculated it, it's almost 50 years. Oh my God, I'm old. Older. And that's one of my passions. It has always been one of my passions, and I feel very fortunate that I'm in that field. And then is one of my passions. Because I really believe in what we do and how we can shift life how we can shift another person, how we can make differences. So anyway, I'm going to show you a chart here, and part of what I'm trying to accomplish is for you to have the language that you use to yourself, as well as the language you want to use in the world, as well as if you have children, the language you want them to have so that they're empowered. All right, so here it is. These are fear, pain words or power words. And think about it. As you read this, what do you use? So I'll go through it. I can't or I won't. I can't means I'm hopeless. I won't means I choose. I should. Oh, we all love shoulds, don't we? Or I could. Again, a choice. You have a choice. It's not my fault. That just causes an argument. Right? Or I'm totally responsible. Even if you're wrong. I can't tell you in how many times, it doesn't happen a lot, but every once in a while I will make a mistake in my other job. And it costs me money because I take full responsibility for it. It is not their problem. It is mine. And because of that, people are willing to come back because I'm not going to run away.
You're accountable.
I'm accountable, exactly. It's a problem. How many people have friends that, well, maybe you don't anymore. How many people have had friends that say it's a problem? We all have friends. They're gone bye-bye. Instead, it's an opportunity. I love it you laugh with me. I'm never satisfied. Now, I can remember that a long time in my life, but I want to learn and grow. I have to tell you that you will be learning and growing for the rest of your life, till the day you no longer open your eyes. And to have that attitude, I have to tell you, you will remain young. You will remain young. It's so important. Life is a struggle. It's so funny. I have, well, I won't say they say it's a struggle, but I see where individuals say it's you can see it's a struggle. The truth is, life is an adventure. Yeah. Yeehaw. Even the bugs, right? We have somebody that loves bugs here, so I have to give you in on the clues and what I'm talking about these things. I hope. And to Science of Mind, I know. Now, I talked about this, I think, last week or a couple weeks ago, about hope. I think hope is a good word, only because it's the beginning. And it's a soft word. So if we just know if somebody says, I hope, we know they're moving in that direction. It's not a bad word. But the powerful word is I know. I know. I know. If only. If only. How about next time? I didn't do it this time. I made a mistake. I did whatever. But next time, we're going to do it right. We'll get it right. What will I do? Now, doesn't it sound hopeless? Yeah, powerful. I know I can handle it. I can tell you, I'll tell you a little tiny story. I'm working on this particular order, and I do promotional products, so everybody understands. And the customers are supposed to provide me with logos, right? And then I plug in what's the right logo with the right product. Well, this customer sends me this really large order and sends me half of the logos. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to solve that? And so I'm working with them, I'm working with the buyer, I'm working with my other rep, and I still don't get what I need. Still don't get what I need. Well, I have art people that I work with that are in India, and I finally just, after 2 days of trying to figure out what to do, I said, listen, I'll take care of it. So I found what I could find on the internet, and I popped it over to India, and I got it back in 24 hours. I emailed them and said, I got it handled. Don't worry about it anymore. It's so much more powerful when we can help somebody and take that worry away from them.
Yep.
We empower them and we empower ourselves. And then that becomes one more step into, they see the passion I have to make sure that they get the right thing. You follow where I'm going here? It's like you gotta show the message. Give the message away. And the last one, it's terrible. Sometimes it hits the fan, okay? But the truth is, it's all a learning experience. Life is a learning experience. So, and I say this a lot, and I say this to remind you, is that if we live in fear and we go fear to power, fear to power, fear to power, what are we telling the universe? Well, one is confusing when we don't just stay in power. We need to stay in that one direction. And what's the worst thing that could happen if you really took responsibility? It might be okay. They might go, okay, you're all right. I like you. I think I'll do more with you. The thing is the power words are what I call a quantum leap. It's learning how to take the quantum leap in thinking and using of your words. Really, really important. Second point I want to make is that we've been given a human body. And by the way, this is from my little puppy who took me down yesterday. Yeah. I have a puppy that's 6 months old that thinks he's, 100 pounds. I thought he was going to be German Shepherd. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I have to tell you. I thought he was going to be a German Shepherd. He's a cattle dog. Really a cool dog, but he's so strong, and he's only 6 months old.
Right.
And he took me down yesterday, and anyway, we had a lot of words. A lot of power words with a few verbs in there. Anyway,
Teach them young.
I tell you, he knew I was not happy. He sat a lot. Anyway, I sat too, so he knew how to sit real well. Anyway, that's talking about having a human body with an expiration date. We have to know that, We have to pay attention to that. Are you going to just hang out with that, or are you going to do something about it? What if you knew that you only had a short time to live? What would you do? Just kind of lay down and die?
Zip line.
Zip line. Or would you shuffle your life and say, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let me go for it. Let me go for that thing that just makes me want to be, makes me feel happy. I feel the blood in my body moving because I'm excited about it. Or let me help somebody that needs it. Let me stand up for a cause. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The thing is we have innate talent. Every single one of you, one of the things I love about not being really, really big is because I get to know who you are. I get to know what's inside you. I get to know what makes you tick. I get to know how to enliven you, hopefully. I get to speak honestly with you. I don't play games. And as a result of that, I get to see all of you accelerate in your own little thing. And it's so much fun for me. It's so, when I say fun, it's not just fun, it warms my heart. Because I know you're really being who you really are. And you're really doing something that makes a difference for other people. And that, what better thing to see than, it's like having children. You're all my children. Let's have a show, right? I'm really funny today, I can't believe it. I'm having some fun up here. The point is that, we're all really conscious. We all have this ability, and I just want you to use it. Go in the world and be. Be the fun. Have some fun. There's nothing more fun than watch Lucille when she's up here playing the piano and just rocking. Right? She's good at it. Yeah. Sylvia. I can name all of you. Anyway, let me show you what it looks like in a visual way. And this is what they call human vibrational frequency chart. When you're really at the top of your game, your energy level is really high, you're expanding. We're always expanding or we're always contracting. We're doing one or the other. We have a choice. We can suffer. We can be in anger. We can, kind of have a little courage. Or we can be more willing and accepting and have some reason behind what we're doing and love what we do and be really excited about it. Be peaceful because we don't have to compete with anybody else. And then we have enlightenment. We are all at choice at every step along the way. And I show this, and I think I've shown you a chart like this before, but it didn't really have the same meaning then that it does today. Today we need to step out. We need to step out into that world and not be afraid of it. I mean, I would say there are a lot of things that don't feel like we should step out into the world, right? A little scary out there sometimes. But you have to realize, as a child of God, you are fully protected. You are fully protected. Spirit says yes to you, and because you're out there contributing to society, to whatever the thing is that's making you spark, God says yes. So forget about all that other stuff. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do right now and how you grow yourself and those that are around you. The Buddha, there's a book called Buddha Soul Currency by Ernest D. Chow. And he says this, I love this quote. He says, your work is to discover your work and give with all your heart. Give yourself to it. Give yourself to it. How many people here really know how good they are at what they do? Everybody raise your hand. Even if it's your retirement. You're good at retirement. And it's not easy being good at retirement sometimes. Give yourself to it. Seize the day. So I'm going to give you one more story. And this is a true story. It's about me. And I didn't realize, it's been 50 years I've been in this industry, the college market, and I love it, The only thing that's hard on me now is that when I walk through a campus, the kids look like they're 14. They're really young, but they have no idea how old I am, so it doesn't matter. And I get to work with really young buyers, which is really kind of fun because I see them all in their 30s and they're all stressed out. They're really stressed out. It's a tough market right now. Anyway, I had put in my talk that it was 35 to 40 years, so we'll go there, okay? Anyway, in this industry, I've watched over the many, many years that two things have been happening. Well, let me first start out this way. When I first started calling on this industry, there were basically two selling periods. One was fall, one was spring. Okay? And the goal for every salesperson was to make an appointment with a buyer, and you take everything that you sell, and you go in and you sit with the buyer for as long as you can get their attention. Now, that sounds weird, doesn't it? But that was how you made your money. That's how you got paid 60 to 90 days after that got shipped, which is usually 60 to 90 days. So it was a long time. Anyway, over those period of time, I would say probably the last 8 to 10 years, actually longer, probably 15 years, many of those stores have been what we call leased. You know what a lease is someone like Follett or Barnes & Noble goes in and they take over the store. And when that happens, that means you're no longer the rep. You're gone. You're out of there. Unless you happen to have a vendor that sells through them. So I've been watching this happen for a long, long time. And California is one of the largest territories in the country with so many schools. In addition to that happening, the departments on campus have been stopped buying from the bookstores because they said, it's too expensive. You're charging me too much money. I'm not going to buy from you, blah, 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 blah. So we have two opposing things going on at the same time. And because of that, and then COVID hit, obviously, when COVID hit, that really, many of the stores had to shut down. So no money, no profit, no nothing coming through. Anyway, so, and this was just prior to COVID, so this has been probably 5 years ago. And I've been selling promotional products for about going on 15 years, a long time. And I love it because it's very creative and I get to do things that are much different than a lot of people. It keeps me young. Anyway, what came to me about 5, 7, 8, 9 years ago was that this is becoming a real reality. And these are my other people that I love and I enjoy and I help and I do work with, and they become my friends in a way. And I thought, how could I help? And so I asked the divine, how could I help them? And it came to me one day, why not create a website for the departments and sell through the bookstore? Now that's a creative idea. That I couldn't think that one up. Something gave me that one. So I did that. And I took one customer, just one customer. That's all it took. And I said, let's play with this. Let's have some fun. It was Chaffey College. That year, my sales doubled. And the year after that, it went up again. Until last year, I did over $650,000 in promotional sales, helping the bookstore bring in business.
That's great.
Isn't that pretty neat? Now, I don't tell you this because I make a lot of money. I do. I know that I do. And I'm very grateful. And because of that, God gives me the ability to help other people. And I'm very grateful for that, too. Yay, it's right. But the thing is, the website that I've created is full retail. It's full retail. So when people go on the website, I say, don't go there and look at the price. Use that as a guideline for you, so you have an idea. But because of the buying power of my company that I work with, I get to discount it. The buyers, the school makes money. The department gets a discount. And I help the buyers. So I work very hard at making sure that their orders go through properly. The other thing, and there are underlying things that we don't think about. And one of the underlying ideas behind all of this is the money now, instead of the money going to somebody outside of their school, is the money goes back into the bookstore, which then is recycled into the community. So now it's self-fulfilling prophecy. It is helping everybody. It's not about ripping somebody off or the money going somewhere they'd have no idea. So everybody's a win-win. Now I tell you about this because I have one, I won't say who it is because he wouldn't want me to say so, but I have one guy, I've been talking about this for a long time, 15 years. We'll say his name is John, but that's not his name. And I just had a conversation with John last week and said, John, guess what I can do? And I've told him this story 10 times because I'm passionate about it, because I'm passionate about making sure that he's not stressed. And this individual has had 2 heart attacks, has been carried off campus. I can't tell you how many issues this man has had because of the stress of the job. And I know this is one more added on stress. Now, again, we're talking about passion here. The passion that I have, and I do this with you at home too, is one, to be in service, right? It's all about service. It doesn't matter if I'm selling promotional products or I'm having a prayer with somebody. I'm in service. I'm service to the divine. The divine has put me in that place to do that work. I'm here to make sure that there's value, that they're not being ripped off, that you're not being you're getting what you expect. I'm here to grow that their business, my business, grow here. And I have something I'll talk about in the announcements on that. I'm here to help them help themselves. It's a stressful world out there, wouldn't you agree? It is. So when we have our passion and our passion helps to relieve that stress, then we bring that joy, bring back, what was it? Peace to them. We bring them a place where they can have solace. You know, I can't tell you how many, I don't sell anymore. It's so much fun. I walk in and we talk about everything but that. And then they go, here's your order.
Wow.
Now, part of that is my agreement with the divine, is that as I'm doing God's work, God just gives me the business. You're going like this, well, I want you to do that with yourself. That's how it works here. If we know that we're doing good works in the world, it's going to come right back to us. It has to. That's how the law works. And then the last thing I'll just say, well, there's a couple things here. I got more, I guess. I got a lot more. But one of the byproducts I'll say about all of this is that I get to watch my customers be excited with their customers that they're getting to create something. They're getting to do what they've always wanted to do, but they didn't know how to do it. The sales rep that I hired, when I hired him, he says, I've been waiting this for a long time. I'm like, well, here it is. And so he's really, we're on the same page. Ralph Waldo Emerson says this. There's the website. I was going to show it to you. Sorry, got ahead of myself here. And all of that moves, by the way. It's an active website. But Waldo Emerson says, speak your latent conviction, and it shall be the universal sense, for the inmost in due time becomes the outmost. I so get it. I've never heard of that quote before, but it's like, wow. If we know inside of us this is what we want to do, it's just follow the path. Follow the way, and it will happen. And it may be hard in the beginning, but don't let that stop you. Just take one step. In fact, I say this to people often. I say, let's see, I want to make sure this, okay. I say, if you do one thing every day, even if it's this tiny, every single day, in a year you'll have 365 days of doing it. You will have succeeded, I guarantee you. So I have one more slide that talks, I had to write these out because they were so profound. I'm like, wow, you need to see these. Is when we know we have been divinely guided, this is important, and co-created our idea from a spiritual place, we no longer have to blend in, but to dream bigger and better and expand into what is possible. So critical, so important. Expand into what's possible. And then 2 is when we embrace our passion, our purpose, that thing, whatever that is that we do or we call to do, then we automatically and deliberately step into our power, which is far-reaching, has a far-reaching impact. I think of people that I know that, get pulled in one direction and pulled in another direction, and then they come back to center and say, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'll go, no, I want you to do this. And they'll go, no, I want to do that. And I go, okay, do that. Sometimes we have to just give them permission. So I'm going to conclude with this. Listen to your calling. I don't care what it is. Listen to it. It is asking you to be something more in the world. You all know what it is, too, I think. Right? Does everybody have an idea? If you don't know what it is, we'll talk. Evaluate your words. What do you say inside yourself and what you say outside in the world? Even if you can't say it to yourself, you can say it out in the world. How many times have we been around a child that we knew that if we just gave a little word, it would change them? It's just, that's all you have to do. I'm so thankful for all the teachers that gave me those little words. It really helped me. Check out your priorities. Maybe you need to shift. It's okay to make a shift. There's nothing wrong with it. Stop worrying. Is it going to work out? It always works out. It always works out. Don't try and figure out the details. Just do what's in front of you. That's all that matters. Because it's at 365. Every day you do one little thing and it brings you back to the thing that you're supposed to do. And then I'm going to go back to, I love this chart. Do something every day that brings you at least the first 4 things on the top. Enlightenment, peace, joy, and love. When you live from that place, what you do is you wake up every morning thinking, that's where I want to be. And then just let it guide you. Listen to that intuitive, don't listen. What do I say here? What do you do with your intuition? Live your intuition.
Okay.
Live it every single day. You think you can do that?
Yes.
Are you willing to make the commitment?
Yes.
Are you ready to yell that out?
Yes.
Yes? I don't hear it. Yes? Okay, good. All right. So we're going to do our affirmation. I'm going to have you stand up and say this one, if you can. You don't have to, Judy. You can just stay there. You're standing up all the time. I don't even worry about you. But this is our affirmation. We're going to say it 3 times. The first time is to our soul, speaking to our soul, then to each other, and then to the universe. Here it is. You ready? Whisper it. Maybe even, well, you can't close your eyes, but you can soften them. I passionately and boldly share my purpose with the world. And in regular voice, I passionately and boldly share my purpose with the world. And let's tell them. Open the door. Let's tell the world what we're doing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I passionately and boldly share my purpose with the world. And so it is. Amen. Thank you very much. Yay. Joe, let's come on back.